Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So we have another sell-off at the moment, quite rapidly. Not unexpected, given that the move to the upside here was likely the A wave of a larger B wave, or maybe already all of wave B. That's what we're gonna see. A three-wave move up, as I updated intraday already on Discord. No five-wave move up, so it is not clearly leaning towards the upside. Okay, so let me explain that before we dive into the microstructure and give it a little bit of chance to develop, and maybe its support is already broken when I'm finished. But let's first talk about the two structures that we're dealing with here. The idea is that this is either, that this is either a WXY structure in the white count, WXY, which seems more and more likely because the rally was only in three waves, okay, not five. So that's why it's so important to stay up to date regarding the microstructure. This was three. So it absolutely allows for this interpretation, WXY. I shared that with you in the last video. And then the Y wave is basically an A, B, C. This B wave could be shallow and might have topped here. Okay, so basically A, B, C. It's a three-wave move up that allows already for the completion of the entire B wave. So in this case, when do we know that this is actually unfolding? Well, it would be with a break below 62,622 that, if sustained, will make this development much more likely that we've actually already topped in wave B. For a larger B wave, we can watch this micro support area. So basically, some of you might be following on Discord, some not, the short-term updates in between videos. But the story of today was that we had an ascending wedge pattern here, and the break of the wedge pattern would at least start the B wave within the larger B wave, or already something more bearish. The micro support area is now the next pivot that we can watch. At the moment, the market seems to be finding some temporary support here at the 50% fib level. Micro support, I don't think I communicated that in the last video. It was communicated on Discord earlier today. And it is here for the scenario of a larger B wave. The idea is not that this is necessarily a great trade setup where you can use it. The pullback was basically forecasted, because the idea was, okay, as soon as we break out of this wedge pattern to the downside, that would be the start at least of the B wave. Then we can watch this pivotal area here between 62,622 and 64,798. And if a C wave rally starts from here, then we should see at least from here a small 1-2 setup, and then we could get an extended B wave. Yeah, I cannot clearly lean towards the yellow count, so I'll talk about that in a minute. Because this is a three-wave rally. So it would be either wave A of a larger B wave or already all of wave B. How can we distinguish between these two? Well, it's the 62,622 level. If that level breaks, we're likely going to move down into the lower area here, this target area, which is defined between 60,142 and 53,477. But within this area, probably the first two fibs will obviously be tested first, so I would be watching these between 57,504 and 60,140. But for now, we're just watching if we can find support here, and if there is a reaction, this is the area from where a C wave to the upside should start. But very balanced probabilities, because we only have three waves up. I shared with you in the last video that it's also possible that the wave 4 bottomed. But if the wave 4 bottomed, so this correction, yeah, so either it's still unfolding or it's bottomed. But if it's bottomed, then also I need to see now the price hold 62,622. But I wanted to see a 5-wave rally to get a first indication that this could be yellow wave 1. Well, it only is a 3-wave move. So yellow is low probability at this stage because it did not manage to form 5 waves. It can still form a large diagonal pattern or something, but that is, yeah, we have to stay objective, right? I mean, that's a possibility, but I need more for that. It's not even nicely filled in. And it's just an ABC structure to the upside that developed here. So I leave yellow on the chart, but it is not high probability. And I hope it's clear that we need to remain be very dynamic in this correction, okay? So for example, had the move up now developed into a nice 5-wave structure, I would have said, right, this is probably a 1-2 setup. Now I'm leaning towards, okay, it's an AB in white, the way the microstructure developed, or maybe all of wave B is already finished, but then we can observe the 62,622 level to basically get clarity about which one it is. Yeah, so dip back into support. I think the strategy should be clear. Should actually be, I mean, you have to develop your own trading plan, but from a strategic point of view, if we dip back into the orange support region, it could be interesting for accumulation. Yeah, specifically this white target zone down there. And if we continue to rally, then ideally anybody who wanted to get a position already bought here when the price dipped into the support zone. And then if the price rallies, some profit taking could happen here around the target zone of the B wave, which I will determine once we have once we can see that, which I can't see yet really. It might reach sort of this resistance area up here. So then maybe some profit taking might be reasonable, because we are dealing with corrective structures here. And you have to, deal with a lot of up and down movements in this correction. But then I say strategy, I mean, if you really, that's only for people who are trading really short term. But if you are just, there to accumulate for all-time highs, I mean, these dips are there for you, right? Yeah, and I don't think there is much more to say. I think the parameters are defined. The support area is defined, micro support. The lower support area is defined, and target area if we break below 62,622. And also the resistance area in case we get that larger B wave. It's basically what we're dealing with here at the moment. Still in the range. There are still lots of potentials. I mean, there are many options here. Okay, Bitcoin could even develop a triangle, or there are many options. I can't show them all, and it's pointless. Okay, I don't want to create confusion, so I stick to the one or two or three that are, in my opinion, most probable at the time when I record the video. And then I will always update in the next video. If you like to have additional updates in between the videos, then feel free to check out the Gold membership. But the videos are already very detailed, I think. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.